reality, if half of you people knew what was going on in the farming industry, knew where you was getting your products from, you wouldn't eat it no more. Simple as that. British farmers, best farmers in the world, we follow every rule and regulation there is to supply you with the best products we can. We're governed or ruled by Tesco's, Sainsbury's, puts quotas on us that we can't cut broccoli today because they only want 18 crates. So we stand by and watch a broccoli field grow. When years ago we used to cut that broccoli, we used to give it you in 12s right up through to 2s. 2 would end up being a big broccoli like that. We cut the whole field because if somebody had a big family, you would take a big broccoli. If somebody had a small family, you would take a small one. Today in the supermarkets, I'm afraid, we get a metal ring like that supplied to us, which is attached to the back of for the guys to sort out. Now we cut that many broccoli, we know what we're looking at, so we cut them and leave the rest behind. Plough them in, because they don't want them, okay? Wow. When they're in the back there, if they decide it doesn't go through the ring, it gets slung out the back. And when we finish, we plough all this food in. Okay? All right? The next thing I'm going to tell you is unreal, because now we've been offered £2,500 to join a scheme for 3 years, and we don't supply you any food. So listen to that.
We're going to go hungry.
I am going to plough a field. I'm going to put spring barley in. I am going to get £440 off the government per acre, okay? That when it comes to crop size, leave it rot in the ground. So I don't get no straw for the cattle. You don't get nothing for your bread, for everything we make, okay? But I can also plant bee mix, which is for birds and bees. I can plant wild bird seed, which is for wild birds. I can also be paid to buy a ton of wild bird seed like anybody puts in their garden for the birds and drool it out on the ground once a week. I can get paid for that. Now my accountant says do it, because in doing that I've not got to buy fertiliser, which since the Ukraine war it's gone from £250 an acre to to £1,000 a tonne. So in order to fertilise your food, I've got to buy fertiliser at £1,000 a tonne. It's come down a little bit and sometimes, and it goes up a little bit. But that's basically where we are. So I now got a crop that I don't have to spray. I don't have to send nobody out there with a tractor. I don't have to fertilise it. But I can just leave it in the ground and let it roll. And pick up my £440 an acre and go all over it again. And the government is giving me £2,500 for the next 3 years to do that.
Wow.
And I'm not the only one.
Yeah, why?
Now I'm going to tell you the other side. This is dairy. They come in our land. All right, I'm not going to mention my mate's name, but that's a 500-acre farm. Okay? They've walked in on his land where he's had dairy for 75 years. His family owns it. They don't owe nobody nothing. They've come in the back door and told Mark that your ground is now needed for SSI ground. That's ground of scientific interest. He can't plough it, he can't cut the grass, he can't spread manure, he can't trim the edges, he can't touch it. Just left. And he's, in the next 2 years, that guy and his family are out of work. That whole dairy herd of 700 cattle won't be supplying you with it. Well, actually, they have the creamiest milk, so they supply rodders. Rodders are pulling their hair out because they don't know where they're going to get, because there's 7 of them, 6 or 7 of them, that are going. Wow. They'll be gone. Get a phone call from one of my farmer mates in Northern Ireland who tells me their dairy's going and they're having imported powdered milk from India.
Wow.
Right? And he'll sit on the telly because they are creating havoc out there with the customs and excise. They don't want it. They're chucking it away. Where are we? What's the other thing with dairy? So they're like I say, that's what they're having to put with. Here in the UK, we've actually got some really big dairy farmers. Okay? They're organic dairy farmers. And you don't drink a cent of it. You don't drink any of it. Do you know where it gets sent?
Where?
America. America pays them 60 pence a litre for that milk. All right? My mates are lucky if they get 10p a litre. And then you get a lorry come in. Once again, these big Wiseman dairies are all just big players in a big picture. Wiseman Dairies comes in with an articulated vehicle, pulls up, and if my mate can't fill that, he's docked a further 5p a litre. If he fills it, that's all well and good. But like his wife said to me, we've lost more 5p's this year than we have gained. So they are now thinking about, that's their whole family. He's got 3 sons, the whole lot on that farm, just got nothing they can do. So
well, this is an unbelievable thing. If I could just say something.
Yeah.
Firstly, thank you for
Yeah,
sharing
absolutely.
The thing, I'm what they call a game farmer, okay? So I had Defra with me yesterday, and this is another way, because obviously if you're within like what I do, and I've been a shooting man all my life, right from a young lad, right up through my granddad, everybody, all into the countryside. Mark and me were brought up in the same place. And I really think that they're destroying the countryside because they're pushing it. Hands in front of me that don't even know what a difference is between a curlew chick and a wood pigeon chick.
Yeah.
They're idiots. I don't know where they come from. I've got to say it. I don't know where they come from. Today, or yesterday, sorry, I stood there to be told that as from this season, when I come to release poults onto shoots, I can no longer release a bird within 500 metres of ground of scientific interest, SSI ground. So I can't release my birds there. I've just lost 3 major shoots because a lot of their ground has been taken and a lot of ground are sitting near scientific interest.
Madness.
And they've had the people out behind this and they've stood them there and they said, well, there's my pheasant pen, there's your ground of scientific interest, Keith's going to come with our birds, what do you suggest? And these are people that know, right?
Can I ask
Put a fence up.
about the dairy, please?
Well, just let him finish, it's a good story.
Put a fence up. He said, what? He said, just put a fence up, stop them going down on the SSI ground. He said, you do realise, he said, that these birds do fly. And this is true. You can't make it up, can you?
No, you can't.
And so anyway, so he said, you do realise these birds fly? Oh yeah. So he said, okay then, he said, I build a fence, they get over, they go down the SSI ground. He said, how do I get them back? Ah, you can't touch them. We classify them as wild birds. So,
Ridiculous.
you can't make up
you
what's
can't
happening.
Make it up.
I'm going to tell you all now.
This is going to be the last bit, is it?
Green milk, yeah? Yeah, you'll have me here all night. That green milk that we all buy at the shop and all, take it home, leave it outside and see what happens to it. I guarantee you within a few days, if that's powdered milk, you'll have a chunk in there about the size of my fist. The rest of it will be dirty brown water.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Absolutely right.
It is
So
right.
what can we do in the meantime? Like, how can we support you in the meantime? Or if Labour...
The only way we can get supported is we get
Vote reform.
Well, we will, but if the worst happens,
yeah.
how do we personally,
I
individually,
really
where
don't
do we
know.
buy from? How do we help you?
You won't be able to.
How do we put money in your pockets to keep you going and not give our money to Tesco?
You haven't got to put money in our pocket. All we got to do is be allowed to do our job.
we should be self-sufficient, especially where we are in Cornwall,
Yeah.
with you're rich in
Yeah.
farmland. We should be self-sufficient.
But
We
just
should be
losing it.
importing.
Campbell's
Yeah.
changed in
We
like
should not
4
be
years.
importing
Yeah.
fruit and vegetable from abroad. And we should be
Yeah.
self-sufficient.
They're doing that on
No.
purpose.
They are doing it on purpose.
I'll tell you one more good one.
One more good bit. 'Cause
This will, yeah, we'll be here all
I
night.
won't remove this one.
One more good one. Okay, so my brother-in-law runs Dennis Oakes and Sons Transport. Okay, he picks up fish from Newlyn, which is usually shellfish. He drives to France or Spain with it because apparently we don't eat a lot of shellfish in the UK. Once they get out there, he gets a phone call, and again I won't say, but we got 2 big packing houses, what we call packing houses. That's where your broccoli and cabbage and all gets packed, and it has a lovely Cornish stamp on it. Okay? So Dennis's lorries are now out in France or Spain. He'll get a phone call because if he realises here in the UK we can't grow broccoli and we can't grow all year round. There's only, certain years ago, certain things were in your shops that we grew that year. You know? So he gets a phone call. Can you send your lorries in to a farm in Spain, pick up cabbage, broccoli, whatever, and bring it back to this packing house? Providing it goes through that packing house, and I'll tell you one more before I go. If it goes through that packing house and comes out the other side, it can be in a bag, and as long as it's got a Cornish produce on it, you don't know no different.
That's shocking.
One more I'm going to tell you about, only because I'm linked to the shooting industry and birds in a big way. My mate worked for Bernard Matthews. Bernard Matthews turkey roast?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. But what you don't realise is, that's Bernard Matthews, where he lives today. That's all he's got. He's dead and gone, by the way, anyway. But that's where he is. So his whole piece of that he's kept is a front. Because all his corn, all his turkeys, chickens, everything is out in the third world countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all made cheap. Providing they're slaughtered and hanging in the feather, they bring them to England, and providing they go through that shed, they come out the other side with Bernard Matthews' beautiful turkey roast on.
Wow.
Wow.
Shocking. Shocking.
There we go. Thank you.